Hi guys, in this video today we're going to talk about the return and where you should be hitting that return. But to begin with, the primary objective is to make the return. If you miss the return going for a good shot, then it doesn't matter, your opponents have got a freebie, and that really is the opposite objective to paddle. Now, like a lot of shots in paddle, you want to really weigh up the ratio of risk and being safe. So for example, you don't want to take a huge risk trying to put your opponents under pressure if there's a good chance that you'll miss it. On the other hand, you don't want to play so safe that you give your opponents an easy ball that they can attack and therefore be in a dominant position in the point. To give you a practical example, if your opponents hit a very good serve with slice into that glass and you can't get there before to block it back, so you have to play a difficult return off the glass, the best thing you can do is just to block it back to the server. You don't need to be complicated with the shot, you have a nice short backswing, you let it come off the glass slightly and just block it back to the server, because if you try to go for a lob and you make a mistake, then it'll be a waste of that point. So if it's difficult, block back to the server. If it's easier, it comes off the glass and you are able, or your ability level is higher and you can be a little bit more aggressive and hit down to their feet, then that's fine. But if it's difficult, block it back down to the feet of the server or just to the server if you can. Now, if you watch the World Padel Tour, you'll see that they serve against the glass and these guys are able to lob from any position. That's because their level of paddle is so good that they're not under pressure from even the good serves. And that's often why you see that servers, they serve either into the middle of the box, and you might think, wow, that's not a very aggressive serve, but because the defending and the returners is so good, they don't see the need to go for a risk of an aggressive first serve. They play that ball in, and the World Padel Tour players can hit almost wherever they like and get the point started like that.
Here you can see a good return down the line to the server can actually set you up to be aggressive in the point. It is a little risky coming forward when they're both at net, but if you're sensible with your shots, you can get away with it.
When it comes to the serve down the tee, there's a couple of other things that you need to consider. You also need to consider where your opponents are, whether they're playing Australian formation or whether they're playing normal formation on their sides. So if they serve down the tee and you want to hit hard down to them, you realise that you're completely out of position for your own side. So if you were to play hard and flat, they're able to block that volley into the corner and then you're really struggling. That's why it's often a good shot to hit a lob from that ball down the tee. And if you're at a higher level, if they hit an aggressive serve, that lob will buy you time. And even if it is a little bit more of a risk, I know often we say to go for the lob on the easier ball, but even though it is a risk, it will buy you time to get back in to your position and to continue the point from a good position.
Here you can see there's a very good serve down the middle, and the returner, even though he's off balance, he plays a nice high lob to give himself time to get back in that point. You'll notice that he uses that lob 4 times in the whole point when it's stretched down the middle in order to buy himself time to get back into that point. A good lob from that centre position can also allow your partner to come forward, especially when a rally is often cross court and it's between 2 players. Here, a good lob can allow your partner to come forward and hopefully get involved in that point. In this example, you can see that the pair this end end up winning the point, even though they're defending for the majority of the time.
If you watch the professionals, you'll see another type of return they hit, and that's often high to the backhand volley of the net player. And that's something that is a very difficult shot to attack as a volleyer, so they use that shot a lot in the game, is to hit, if you're a good level, to hit nice and high to that backhand volley so they can't really do much, and then would have to hit a neutral volley and then continue the point. But generally, to recap, if it's an easy ball, or you're a good enough level to hit a lob straight away or down to the feet of the server, either way attacking and putting them under a lot of pressure, then I would do that straight away. If they hit a good serve and it comes in with slice off the glass, or you don't feel like you're capable of hitting a good lob immediately, then the best thing you can do is block back to the server, ideally below shoulder level so they can't attack that ball, and therefore you're in a good neutral position to start that point and hopefully force them back later in the point.
Here you can see that a decent return down to the feet of the server really starts that point off in a neutral position so that we can lob on that next ball and then gradually make our way forward to the net when we get the opportunity. Like most good paddle points, there's a bit of back and forth from attacking to defending, but eventually the team this end get to the net and we're able to hold that and therefore win the point.